Alright guys, welcome back to Not Responsible. Today I have a very exciting lesson for us. Now, let's get some stuff out of the way first. You might be like, Grace, where's your desk? Right there. Grace, why are you in bed? Well, I'm moving. I am moving and my house is a mess because I have started unpacking packing and bringing all my stuff out, and it's all currently spread out on the floor. And I didn't want to set up the set. But in the next couple weeks, you guys are going to see all new sets, all new everything, which will be so exciting. But bear with me. Also, some things are going to be a little out of order, because I have some pre-recorded ones with the old set, and I'm going to make new ones with new sets and all that kind of stuff. So the continuity's just going to be messed up, and it's going to be fine. We will all be okay. Do not worry. You're still going to get your useless content. Also, I'm sorry about the delays in shows and reels and content and all that kind of stuff. We are having some internal problems. No, it's not a problem. We are having some internal changes as well as moving and our external changes. So our 3-person team turned to a 1-person team. It's just me. And editing isn't my specialty in film. Obviously, yes, I had to learn how to do editing, but my specialty is the business of film. So for me to edit, it'll take me significantly more time than an editor to edit. Anyways, it's taken me a very long time, and I'm very sorry. I should be getting back in the swing of things very soon, at least I hope. So, the very exciting thing this last weekend, you may be able to tell because I have no voice, which is great for a podcaster. To have no voice. I tried to hold off. Today is Thursday. I tried to hold off until I could get my voice back. But I can't wait to talk about this any longer. I'm so excited. Over the past weekend, I went to Tortuga Music Festival. It's my favorite weekend of the year. You guys probably saw on my social medias and all this stuff. But Tortuga Country Music Festival is obviously a country music festival hosted every April by Rock the Oceans. Rock the Oceans is a nonprofit 501c3 organization dedicated to ocean conservation and education, science research. They rebuild reefs, all these great things. They're a really good organization if you're looking to get involved or donate to an organization. They are a very highly recommended one. They earn most of their profits by benefit concerts, brand partnerships, and apparel sales. I will link them in the description. They're a really good organization. Like I said, they do a lot of good work for the ocean conservation. Their slogan, I think, is so cute. It's, we don't want to save the whole world, just 3/4 of it, because the ocean is 3/4 of the world. And the ocean, also, fun fact, makes up 1/3 of the air we breathe. Like, the coral reefs produce 1/3 of the oxygen that humans consume. So, if there's no reefs, we don't breathe. We all die. Fun fact, their main concentration is sharks, sea turtles, marine mammals, coral reefs, and marine habitats. They do a lot of work in preservation and conservation and education. There's a lot of Asians. Back to Tortuga. Tortuga is I need to check my things so I don't get these wrong, most sustainable large-scale music festival on the planet. While their profits go to conservation and helping the animals, they also do a lot of work within the festival grounds to keep it sustainable and healthy for the environment. Rock the Ocean has raised over $4 million for ocean conservation. And it's literally like my two favorite things, country music and ocean conservation. The best weekend of the year, by far. I'm so excited to talk about it. The lineup this year. Okay, this is where I'm going to be really picky. I don't know if I can insert like a map, but the way that Tortuga is set up is they have a big stage on the south end of the festival. This all happens on Fort Lauderdale Beach. Like, they cut off A1A and build the festival grounds on the sand, which is so cool. They have their south stage, which is huge. That's where you have like the headliners and the really big stars. And then you have on the north end, medium stage, which is like the people that have a standing. This is like your openers or people that are here to support the headliners. And then in the middle, you have another stage, which is very tiny, but it has a tent over it. That's going to come in handy later. So on Friday, the first person we saw was Gavin DeGraw. He sings that song. I didn't know who he was, like, at first. Like, I knew he was going, like, viral on TikTok, but I didn't, like, super know who he was. He sings that song called, like, Not Over You. Like, if you ask me how I'm doing. I'm not going to sing this whole episode, but some of them I will. I was pleasantly surprised by his set. I didn't know a lot of his songs, but he kind of sounds like Andy Grammer a little bit, like a very distinct sound. Also, he sings like a drunk person would talk. Also, I just have, like, you can see, like, these are my notes and my things that I thought during the set or about the artist or the set itself, whatever. He sings like he's drunk. Like, the way that his mouth moves, like, you would think he was intoxicated. He wasn't, I hope. It didn't sound like he was intoxicated. But if you were watching it on mute, you would think he had a whole bunch to drink beforehand. The next person we saw was Gary Allen. He sings Nothing On But the Radio. I'm going to link all the songs that I mentioned below so that if you want to see what I'm talking about, you can. Also, do your extra credit. Thanks for those that did the extra credit last week. I appreciate you. You guys give me such good insights. And like I said, I take those into consideration, and they do help. Gary Allen is old, but he's so fun. I realized during his set that I just really like divorced dad rock. I think that is, like, just something that I have to come to terms with now, is that that's just my type of music. Next, we saw Parker McCollum. I'm disappointed in you. I had really high expectations, and they were not met. He sings, his most popular is, like, Pretty Heart. He kind of sings like a pick-me dude. Not gonna lie. Parker McCollum is so hot. He is so attractive, but all of his songs are very, like, manipulative, almost. Like, I get annoyed listening to his songs, and his songs are fun, and, like, they have a good beat, but when you listen to, like, the lyrics, it's all like, well, I guess I'm a really bad guy that I hurt your feelings, and you're just sensitive, and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's very, like, manipulative, almost. Like, Pretty Heart, the lyrics are literally like, what does that say about me that I could break your heart, and you're such a good person, and you're not the only one allowed to be upset because I feel so horrible that I hurt your feelings. And it was like, But every song is kind of like that. Like, that's kind of the point of every song, is kind of like, another one of his popular ones is like, I'm tired of trying. It just kind of sounds like a pick-me. Also, he didn't move. He was on the big stage, and it's kind of shaped like a T. So you have, like, the big strip of stage that's covered, and then you have, like, a walk out part of the stage where the artist can go out on and interact with the crowd. But he stayed at the top of the stage with a microphone stand and his guitar, and he sat there and strummed the whole time. He acted so bored, like he didn't want to be there. Like, he just acted like he was too cool for this, almost. Yeah, he didn't move the entire time. He sat there and he strummed, and he acted like he didn't care. Plus, he wore a hat and sunglasses. So it's like, dude, the thing you have going for you is that you're hot. Why are you not showing that off? I didn't understand. Also, like, he just acted like he didn't want to be there the whole time. The next person we saw was Ludacris. And I have some hot takes about Ludi here. Number one, why are you here? This is a country music festival. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Number two, I saw Flo Rida back in 2021. And when I saw Flo Rida, my first thought was like, Flo Rida doesn't sing. Like, he just kind of raps and goes along with the artist that he's collaborating with. But what Flo Rida did during his set was he had, like, the tracks overlaying, and the track had the artist recorded on. And then his part was muted so that he could sing that live over the track or the band or whatever the song entailed. So I kind of assumed that Ludacris would do the same thing, and he did for Baby by Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber sang his part. He wasn't there, like the recording of Justin Bieber, and then Ludacris rapped his part. But the part that he did that I didn't like was as soon as his part was over, he stopped. Like, he didn't finish the song. Or the other part that Ludacris did was he would just rap his part. Like, you couldn't hear the whole song, which I thought was so dumb. Like, I found myself really bored at Ludacris's set. It kind of sucked. Like, I was very disappointed. I wasn't even gonna go because at that point I was so tired. And, like, the first day... Let me back up. So, like I was saying, the big stages, they don't have tents. So, you're on Fort Lauderdale Beach in April. I don't know if you've ever done that, but it's hot as hell. It's like 100 degrees, or at least it feels like it with the humidity. And yeah, like, you're on the beach and you get the wind, I guess, but you're in a crowd of people. So it's hot, it's sweaty, it's kind of miserable, at least until the sun starts to go down, just because it is so hot. So I was gonna skip Ludacris altogether, but I was like, no, let me go just so that I can say that I went. Ugh. But so after Ludacris, the next person we saw was Jelly Roll. Oh my gosh, I love Jelly Roll. If you're not familiar, Jelly Roll had a really hard life. Jelly Roll was raised in a lot of poverty, and he talks about it a lot in his music, and his upbringing was not as ideal as he would have wanted. And then I believe he went to jail. I'm like 90% certain he went to jail for dealing drugs. And then he turned his whole life around, gave his life to God and country music, and then devoted like everything. All of his songs are so good. If you are in a really hard time in your life, go to a Jelly Roll concert. Because that will dig anyone out of the trenches. I swear to God. He gives like speeches, and he talks about how like he pulled himself out and used Jesus, and like just amazing stuff. I cried a couple times. There's like a joke that if we're going to a music festival, Grace is crying because live music just hits me in a way that's different, man. So Jelly Roll was talking, and he said that in 2022, his first music festival that he ever played was Tortuga, and he was on the medium-sized stage at 2 p.m, which is like... This is for the people who haven't been to a music festival, but you kind of start with the no-names and then work your way down to the headliners, and it's like everybody builds off each other, and you just get like bigger and bigger and bigger until you get to your headliner. So he was first, so he was a no-name, and the first person to play on the first day at the small stage and all this stuff. And that was in 2022. And then come 2025, he is headlining Tortuga. And he was just saying that if that's not a testament of what God can do in your life, I don't know what will show you. And a lot of his songs are Christian based, but you don't necessarily have to be Christian to relate to them, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Just go listen to Jelly Roll. It was so good. His set had fire. I think if there's like fire on a set, I'm interested. I'm immediately gonna like it more. Maybe it's in my name, but I don't know. I did get to see a little bit of Jelly Roll back in October at a different music festival, but just sitting there and watching his whole set beginning to end is so powerful and so good. And it just like sends you chills. My favorite song of his is Son of a Sinner. And the song basically talks about like the lyrics are like, I'm one drink away from the devil and I'm one call away from home. I'm somewhere in the middle. And it's just so good. And he's saying like, I'm so broken, but I'm trying really hard. Oh, so good. If you're having a really hard time in your life, either listen to Jelly Roll, and if you have the opportunity, go to a Jelly Roll concert, because wow. So Saturday we got to go there a little bit later, which was nice. Like, if there is not the festival opens at 1, but people don't usually start playing until like 2:30-ish. So the first person we saw was Avery Anna. Avery Anna got really famous on TikTok. And she's performed at the Grand Ole Opry. She's done all the things. She's so cool. She is so talented. Like, I obviously liked her music. I've been following her for, like, 3 years, like, since she started posting on TikTok. But she is just so talented. Like, hearing her in concert and just hearing how good of a vocalist she is really, really cool. Her most popular song is called Make It Look Easy. I think she was gypped because she should have had a longer set. So at the little stage, you only get 30 minutes. And then as the day goes on, you get a longer set. Number one, her set brought in more people than the two after did. And, like, they got more time than her. I think she is so talented, and she shouldn't have been first, number one. She should have come on later. And then it was so nice. She came around to the side and we got a picture with her. I'll insert it. It was so nice. She was so down to earth, and she's like a year younger than me, which is crazy. Her songs are also really sad, but they're really good. Like I was saying, she was on the little stage that had like a tent over it. And by Saturday, we all were so tired. That's honestly like the biggest thing about Tortuga is it's so much fun and just like a great time. But you're tired by the end of it. It's like the whole thing. Where's my phone? No. Silly Grace. Whatever. By the end, you're so tired. It's not funny. So we didn't know any of the people going on between Avery Anna and the next people we wanted to see, who was at like 6. So we stayed under the tent and we saw 2 new artists. The first one, her name is May Estes. She sings a song called Thinking About Cheating. I've never heard of her, but I really liked her. She kind of gave like Miranda Lambert vibes, if that makes sense. And then Bryce Leatherwood. He's also really new. His first EP comes out like next month. Like, he doesn't even have any EPs out, which I don't understand why Avery Anna and Bryce weren't switched. Anyway, whatever. He did some killer covers. He covered The Firemen and then Trouble, like the Hello Trouble. They were awesome. I didn't know a lot of his new songs. They were fun. Like, I enjoyed them. They were fun to dance to, but like, you can't really appreciate them if you don't know them. But with the covered stage, it's either like a hit or a miss with new people, because you can either find like the best people or like really boring people. I feel like the Tortuga administrators use that stage as like a trial period almost. But We were 2 for 2. I think both of them were good. And then we got pictures with both of them. I'll insert them there. They're also on my Instagram. Then we saw Jordan Davis. Oh my gosh. Jordan Davis made me cry too. His songs are so good. The only thing I can say about Jordan Davis, he had an hour and 15-minute set, and he has so many songs. Like, so many great songs. And he spent 20 minutes doing covers. Here's my thing. I appreciate when an artist at a festival plays songs that other people know, not just their songs, especially the newer people. When you're newer in the industry, let's say you only have like an album or an EP out, you get these sets and you have to fill the time. That's why, like with Avriana, I was saying that she should have had a longer set because she has so many songs she could fill. And yes, Avriana did a cover of Love Story, but like that I appreciate because the people that don't know her as well or don't know her songs do know that song. Oh my gosh, if I had to hear Toby Keith's Should Have Been a Cowboy one more time, every single artist covers that song. Every single one. And I'm like, I totally respect honoring the great Toby Keith. 100%. He has better songs. No. Let me restart. He has more songs. I love Should Have Been a Cowboy, but he has so many more songs than that. Anyways, Jordan Davis did like this really cool thing where he called it like a CD mix, where he played 7 covers of random songs. So he did Red Dirt Road, Drops of Jupiter, Mr. Brightside, I don't know, ones like that, which was fun because people knew them. But he has so many songs, and he sang like a lot of the songs. And to be fair, like Jelly Roll also did this kind of thing, but he did like rap songs. Like he calls them ghetto rap, and he did like a ghetto rap compilation. But he only did like a verse and a chorus, or just the chorus, or like whatever. And it took like 10 minutes to get through 10 songs. I understand that. But when you have so many good songs and you waste 20 minutes on covers and you sing like a verse and a chorus of every one, it's like, dude, I want to hear your songs. Like, that's why I came to see you. On the other hand of the argument, I do understand, like, the newer people want to engage with the crowd. So I saw Cooper Allen last year at Tortuga, and he was newer at the time. He only had, like, an album or 2 out, and not a lot of people knew who he was. So he did a lot of crowd work, and he did a lot of, like, playing with the crowd, which was fun. Anyways, Jordan Davis sings a song called Next Thing You Know, and it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it goes through someone's lifespan. Oh my gosh, I don't understand how that man incorporates an entire life into 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It might be 3 minutes, but still, like, it goes from, like, meeting a girl at a bar to dying. And, like, growing old, having grandkids, and dying. And that song makes me cry every time. And I'm always fine until the verse about having kids comes up. And the words are like, not really trying. And next thing you know, there's a test on the counter. And next thing you know, she's standing there smiling, nodding her head yes. And then this line always makes me cry. It says, you're half excited, half scared to death. And I feel like that like incorporates most of the song, where it's like, you're so excited about the next step in your life, but it's so scary. I cried. And then the headliner that night was oh wait, I forgot. Shaboozey opened for Keith Urban. I kind of have beef with Shaboozey because he sang bar song, the one where it's like, someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels have a history 3 times. Number 1, Shaboozey and Jordan Davis should have been switched. The only song that I like from Shaboozey is Good News. But still, he should not have had the slot that he did. He should not have been an opener for a headliner like he was. Nope. Don't like that. Keith Urban is an underrated king. I had my doubts about Keith Urban. I'm not even going to lie. When I saw the lineup that Keith Urban was headlining, I was like, why? Because I feel like he kind of peaked in his career in like the early 2000s, if that makes sense. Like Days Go By, I love that song. Stupid Boy, Think of Me. Those were all popular in like 2005, 2006. And I was like, that's kind of weird that he's like bringing them up. I did not realize until I was listening to the set that man had banger after banger after banger. I was so impressed. And I only did not know one song in the whole set. And he sang songs from his entire career. Also, the thing about Keith Urban is that I watched Baby Girl about 4 months ago. And Nicole Kidman kind of grossed me out. So now I'm kind of grossed out by Keith Urban too. Because I'm like, Keith Urban, come get your girl. Anyways, unrelated. He had a good set. It was so much fun. He was so underrated. Sunday. By Sunday, I was done. I was exhausted. It was so hot and just insane. Sunday had the best lineup. Right off the bat on Sunday, I had to make a very difficult decision, and that was, did I want to see Restless Road or Rodney Adkins? In my brain, it was a no-brainer. I wanted to see Rodney Adkins for a couple of reasons. Number one, Restless Road is like brand new. I will see them again at some point. Rodney Adkins is getting up there in age. I did not know how much longer he was going to be touring and doing whatever. I chose Rodney Adkins. He sings like Makes Me Want to Take a Back Road, Watching You. He was also really popular in the early 2000s. Number one, DILF. Number two, that dude can rock out. Him and Gary Allan are about the same age, roughly. And Rodney Adkins held everybody. Not that Gary Allan didn't, but Rodney Adkins just like jammed out the whole time. I was very impressed. I definitely do not regret seeing Rodney Adkins over Restless Road. And then we saw Corey Kent. I did not know as many songs. He sings the one that's like Wild as Her. I did not know many songs, but he was really good. Honestly, like I said, by Sunday, I was so tired and I was done that I was just like sitting down. I just took a seat on the sand and chilled out there. We caught the very end of Lauren Watkins. She sings a song called Anyone But You. Kind of the same thing. I didn't know many songs. It was good. But like I couldn't appreciate it as much because I didn't know what I was listening to. Cody Jinks. I really, really like Cody Jinks. He wears like a half of a top hat. That's his like signature thing. It's super cool. Me and my roommate almost got to meet Cody Jinks. So by Sunday we were so tired. And during the ones before Cody Jinks, this was around like Corey Kent, we were just kind of sitting there. And Tortuga does this thing where it's like a scavenger hunt, but not. It can be like the first 10 people to bring a piece of trash to this location get a t-shirt. Or the first person to finish this lyric get whatever. So, but they don't like add on to each other. So you can just participate in one and not do any of the other ones. So we're sitting there and we're listening to Corey Kent, and I get something on my watch that was like the first 4 people to see Jake at the lifeguard stand at the main stage get meet and greet tickets with Cody Jinks. So I'm reading it out loud, and Hannah's like, main stage, lifeguard stand, guy handing out passes, run! So we both get up and start running to the lifeguard stand, which was like I don't know, 30 feet away from us. And the guy handing out the passes, he was like, you guys were fifth. So, I mean, like, understandable. It's fine, whatever. But I was like, dang, that really sucks. That would have been cool to meet him. We did have to leave his set a little earlier because we wanted to get up a little closer for Megan Moroney. I didn't talk about this, but it is open seating, and they have like a part close to the stage that is just standing, and then they have some seats farther back that's for chairs. If you want to get up really close, it starts to turn into like this mosh pit type thing where everyone's bumping into each other. It is so much energy and so annoying sometimes because people are so mean and drunk and tired and hot, and they want to get up close for their favorite artists. So the only person that we like pushed to get like really close for was Jordan Davis. Super fun. But we stayed in the back for most of the other ones. My whole thing with concerts, especially like open seating concerts, is like I want to be able to see the artist with my eyeballs. I don't want to have to rely on the screen. I want to be able to see them on the stage. I don't have to see their face. Like I want to be able to see the outline of them. And then I'm fine with the screen for the most part. So we wanted to get like fairly close to Megan Moroney. We didn't get anywhere near as close as like we did for Jordan Davis. But Megan Moroney is the country Sabrina Carpenter. She's so fun. I love her. No notes about her set whatsoever. She sang all of the best songs. And yeah, I love her. She's perfect. And then Luke Combs. And Luke Combs obviously is just banger after banger. I cried at that one too. I cried a lot. Luke Combs has a lot of like really sentimental songs, I guess is the right word to describe it, about like love and loss. And his song that always makes me cry is called Doing This. And it basically talks about like someone asked him in an interview, like, what would you do if you weren't a country music star? And he was like, I don't do this for the money. I don't do it for the fame. I do it for the love of country music. So if I was not as big as I am, I would still be performing at bars on Friday nights. I would still be doing this just because I love country music and it's my passion. But I don't need all the fame. I would still be doing this if I wasn't doing this. That song makes me cry. And then he just went insult in the wound and sang all of his saddest songs. And then he went in with his love songs, which also just tear me apart every time. Wonderful though. It was a great set. And then he did Fast Car, and then he ended with Ain't No Love in Oklahoma, which was such a fun one to end on. The only one that I wanted him to sing that he didn't was Honky Tonk Highway. I love that song of his. He did not play that one, which is unfortunate. But he sang all my other favorites. Honorary mention, I ate shit twice in the same day. On Sunday, I don't know if I was just tired or what, or my body was giving out, but the two big stages are about a mile apart from each other. They have like these rubber mats that go across the sand, and there's probably about like a 2-inch ledge on the mat, from like the mat to the sand. So I'm walking across this mat, and I'm the last one in my friend group. Like, I was in the back, and I was like, man, this would be so much more comfortable to walk in the sand. So I go to step off the mat, and my knee locks backwards. And then I was like, oh my gosh, my knee is locking backwards. So I tried to like straighten my hip out to like adjust. Sorry, I just burped. So I tried to straighten my hip out to adjust, and I face planted like a board in the sand. And I was fine. Like, I obviously like caught myself, but my ego took a hit. So I just stood there. If you ask my roommate, the story was a lot funnier the way that she tells it. She turns around and she said that all she heard was, wah! And then I don't yell like that. but whatever. And then I was just starfished out in the sand, so she says. And then the second time, we're walking into the parking garage, and I missed the last stair of the parking garage, and I fell knees first on the concrete. That one actually kind of hurt. A second thing is Vail coconut pineapple bowls. They're like acai bowls, but it's pineapple coconut and not acai berries. Vail, I didn't even know this was a thing. It's like a healthy place. So at Tortuga, they sell stands to local restaurants, and you can just go down the line, and there's all these food options that you can have. And I've never heard of Vail before, but their acai bowl, it came with like granola, coconut flakes, strawberries, and blueberries. It tasted like Superman ice cream, but it was so satisfying. I ate it Friday and Sunday. I didn't eat at the festival on Saturday, but it was so good. So apparently, I didn't know this, but you're not allowed to sit on the without a chair. They had security guards every day but Sunday. I guess Sunday they were just done. And they were like telling you to stand up, which was so dumb. And then the other thing that I saw, there was this guy walking around with like, you know those like kids' pencil case full of drugs, and he was selling them. And I just don't understand why I can't bring ice into the festival for my water bottle, but he can bring a pencil case full of pre-rolled, I don't know if I can say that word without getting in trouble. But I thought that was a little unfair. How did he get drugs in and I can't even get in ice? Alcohol doesn't even freeze. Whatever. So this is Grace's guide to music festivals. I've been to 4 or 5 music festivals, and I think I've got a pretty good system down. I will say all the music festivals that I've been to have been on the beach, so I don't know about other music festivals, but this is just my experience, what I've learned, my do's and don'ts. So we'll go over the do's first. Always wear comfortable clothes and comfortable shoes. Always. That is my top one. Obviously, slay the fit 100%, but that outfit should be put together with comfort as top priority and then style. Because you can have the cutest outfit, but if you're miserable, your whole day is going to be miserable. Same with the shoes. Shoes are probably more important than the outfit. Bring a clear backpack. I know a lot of people like the little fanny packs. I am personally a fan of the clear backpacks. I think they're so comfortable. The only thing is, like, during the summer, they stick to you. Like, they'll stick to your back, which stinks. But whatever. Bring plenty of water and electrolytes. Oh my gosh, this is such a lifesaver. At least at Tortuga, I probably drank 3 gallons of water a day. And, like, not to be gross, but you sweat it all out. I almost never went to the bathrooms at the festival. Like, it is so hot that you are sweating the entire day. And I'm one of those people that I would rather be hungry than thirsty. If I'm thirsty, I am miserable. Bring water. I know at Tortuga you can bring like a water bottle, like a metal water bottle, as long as it's empty when you're walking through the gates, and then they have like free water that to give out that you can have. Do it. If that option is there, do it every time, because it's such a lifesaver. This one I just learned this year, and this wasn't even my idea. It was my cousin Riley's idea. We froze water bottles the night before and put them in like a cooler and then put them in the car. And the car is sitting in the heat all day long, so they obviously thaw out. And then when you're done and you're in the car and you're driving home, you get ice cold water. We did Gatorades too. Do you guys know that clip of Chapel Roan where she's like, I think it's crazy that VIP thinks they're oh so too cool to do this? That's how I feel often, because one of my biggest do's is enjoy it. And I know that sounds so dumb, but so many people think they are like way too cool to sing along and participate and like whatever. I promise you, your whole festival experience will be easier and more fun if you enjoy yourself. And like if the artist is like, repeat after me, blah 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 blah, do it. That's so silly that I have to say that, because like even all the like bad parts, like the it's super hot and blah 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 blah, when you're enjoying the festival and like enjoying the music, it'll be so much easier and more fun. And like sing along, dance along. If you don't know the song, pretend like you do. Enjoy it. Bring Tylenol, Tums, over the counters, whatever, because especially on day 4, you're going to be hurt, or day 3, you're going to be hurting. And the music is so loud, you're going to get a headache. And if you are physically miserable, you're not going to have as much fun as you should, which is so unfortunate. Just do it. And like, I'm not a big over-the-counter person, but like if you have heartburn, you're not going to want to sing along. Like, just do yourself a favor and bring all of the over-the-counters that you can think that you might need. Because, man, if you don't feel good, you're not going to have a good time. At least at Tortuga, we get... Actually, this has been at every festival I've been to. We get, like, a wristband, and the wristband's assigned to you, and it's, like, your ticket in and out. But you can also link a credit card to that wristband. Do it. If you have that option, do it. It is so much easier. Like, if you're trying to pay for a water or... Because, like, they do have the free waters, but, like, you can get, like, a cold one, but you have to pay for it. Or food or whatever. You just tap the wristband and, like, you put in a little code. And it's so much easier than trying to get your wallet out and like, Apple Pay or whatever. Just do it on the wristband, and then you can deactivate it later. Like, after the festival, your wristband is useless, but link a credit card to the wristband if you can. Oh, psych, I had another do that I forgot to put on there. When you're going to a music festival like this, I like to think that smaller groups are better, just because everyone's kind of going for a different reason. Some people, like me, I want to see every artist that I can. I am going for the music. That is my top priority. But I know some people that go for the pictures. I know some people that go for the drinking. I know some people that want to sit by the beach. Like, everybody has a different priority when you're going to these, like why you go. And that's fine. All of them are fine. But make sure you go with people that have similar priorities to yours. Let's say you want to go to see the music, and the person that you're going with is going to the bars, like to get party. Both of you are going to feel ripped off because neither of you got to experience your priority to the fullest. Because if you're going to see music and the person you're with wants to drink, you're going to be waiting in lines to get drinks. And if the person that you're with is going to drink and you want to see the music, you're going to be up in the crowd and they're going to want to be getting a drink. You know, like, just make sure that the people that you're going with have an aligned priority to yours. So back to my don'ts. And like I said, this one is kind of a hear me out, because my top priority at these festivals is the music. I do not like to drink at these festivals. Number one, it makes you feel so bad, especially in the heat and you're out all day, and it just makes you feel miserable. And I don't get to focus my full attention on the sets. Also, my first year going, I did drink, and I forgot some of the sets that I was excited about. Like, after the festival, I was like, oh my gosh, I never got to see so-and-so person. And the people I was with were like, yeah, we did. We have pictures of you there. You were just drunk. I don't want to figure out who I missed, because it's going to make me mad. I never want to do that again, where I can't remember a set because of drinking. Because that is a giant waste to me. Don't waste your energy. If there's an artist that you don't super like, stay in the back. Don't try to fight the crowds. Just conserve your energy, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is not like you're going to see one concert. This is like 3 8-hour days in the sun. It's hot. You're going to get tired. You're going to get sick of people. Pace yourself. And that's not like don't participate. I mean, like, don't go crazy. Don't forget sunscreen. Oh my gosh. If you get burnt on day 1, day 2 and 3 are not going to be fun. Wear sunscreen. It is so important. Don't fight with drunk people. At these festivals, like I said, some people go there fully for the purpose of getting drunk. Like I said, it's hot. It's miserable. People are drunk. People get really immature when they're drunk. Everybody thinks everything is about them all the time. They're pushing in the crowds. Just, if there is someone incredibly drunk and being nasty, do not associate with them. Don't try to talk to them. You're not going to talk any sense into them. When we were at Megan Maroney, there were these fully grown adults. They're probably like 55, 60, fully grown people starting fights with like high schoolers because they were drunk. And it all started because like the drunk woman there was like, they looked like 17, 18, and they weren't drinking. And one of the guys was just like really tall. So the drunk woman was like, "Hey, can you move?" And he was like, "No." She's like, "Well, you're really tall and you're in my way." And he's like, "Where am I going to go? Like, I'm in this giant crowd. I can't move." And like, I understand that frustration because I'm 5'2", and when someone really tall stands in front of me, like, I get frustrated too, but I would never ask someone to move. Like, they're there with their friends. It's not their fault that they are tall. Anyways, so the guy says no, and then the husband of the woman who's also really drunk starts like trying to beat him up and all sorts of things. And then the wife started like yelling all this nasty stuff at these kids. So then obviously the children started getting nasty too. And then this giant fight almost broke out. And like, we were standing right behind them, so we heard and saw all of it. But we were just there trying to see Megan Maroney. It never is going to work out. Like, negotiating or arguing with a drunk person at a music festival is never going to work in your favor. Also, don't be ugly. Like, just go with the flow. Be nice. Don't try to start a fight with a crossing guard or a security officer. Don't argue with them. Even if you're sober, like, just refrain. Use your use your good judgment. Be an adult. Be a nice person. Don't be nasty. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching and making it this far. I super appreciate it and love you all. Do your extra credit, please. Thanks.